There's a kind of optimism that only comes from not knowing any better. And that's the spirit we woke up with today, and pretty much every day at Brick and Soul. Armed with a few half-remembered pointers from Alex at Midwest Brick Doctor, and a dream of cutting a door through a century-old brick wall. I mean, how hard could it be, right? Well, turns out harder than we thought. Spoiler alert, bricks have opinions too. And when you start sawing a doorway where none was ever meant to be, those opinions can come flying back at you. Sometimes literally. Sometimes just in the form of deep existential regret. It was one of those jobs that seemed simple until the dust, debris, and questionable life decisions began to pile up. Bob said it best halfway through. Sometimes the building doesn't need saving. Sometimes it needs saving from us. But we pressed on anyway, because at Brick and Soul, quitting is only allowed after 3 cups of coffee and a spirited debate about whether we can even make things any worse. Oh yeah, and meanwhile, for those of you playing along at home, you might remember the last video when we power washed and sprayed down a long forgotten room and uncovered what looked like beautiful red stained plywood floors. The moment was really touching. Even I thought for a second that the building was trying to help us. Then the comments started rolling in. Folks gently and not so gently reminded us that plywood and power washers are not the best of friends. Buckling, warping, catastrophic regret, all possibilities we hadn't considered. Now, we read every word, we took a long, hard look at ourselves, and we've got an apology coming. Just maybe not the apology you're expecting. So stick around, it's going to be one of those days.
Bob said, how hard can it be? Handed me a saw too big for humanity. Plugged it in, kissed my lungs goodbye. Now I'm 80% dust and 20% guy. Sparks flew, wall split wide. Bob cheered while I nearly died. Cut a door, cut my pride. Real men don't read the guide. Couldn't see Bob, couldn't see the wall. Came out looking like a cheetah with legs and all. Tripped on the cord, ran into the frame. Bob just muttered, you're not built for this game. Sparks flew, red bricks cried. Bob cheered while I almost died. Cut a door, cut my pride. Real men don't read the guide. Sawdust bros, brick wall walls. Next time, even bigger.
Bob, I don't know about you, but this is a nerve-wracking day for me.
Why is that?
Because that's likely to get messed up.
We've torn up way better stuff than this.
Oh, man. Because, it took, when we did our collaboration with Alex at the Midwest Brick Doctor, it took him a little bit more than half a day to cut that in and do all the lintel work and all that stuff.
So I think week and a half, we're golden.
Yeah. So, all right. So this is what we're doing today. We have to get this whole front section firewalled off, and that means that this door is not going to be usable, at least for the time being. Later on, when the entire building is up to code, then this can be opened up and we can use it as an access point. But until that point, we need a way to get from this space over into that space, which is right here. It comes out right here. There's another fire door, and our plan is to remove this fire door and put it on the opposite side. And that's like a project for another day, but we do want to go ahead and get this this walkway through here cut through.
And the opening right now is 86.
That we could keep. The height we could keep, just make it a little bit narrower.
85.
85 and 86.
So I'm thinking if they can do that good, we can do that.
Oh, okay, yeah. 85 on one side, 86 on the other.
Is stay away from this.
As far as possible.
Back up some.
Well, honestly, I would like to move it over. I don't know how far the windows over there will allow, but I would like it to be this way a little bit so you don't have the wall right on your side when you come through. Because if we move tables or roll something through,
I think we measured this, didn't we? So you're looking about 11 and a half feet of total track area that we have to have.
and the door actually passes by a couple inches this here. So 11 and a half plus 2 inches, right? So, all right, well.
So you could figure about 12 foot to be safe.
12 foot. Okay.
And then the other thing that we don't have that we're gonna have to take off of somewhere else, this door has no guides in the front.
This is what he's talking about, these receivers that the door slides into here. So the other option was to put the track across the window, but that's also not a good idea.
Yeah, this is about the best you could do. If you drilled through the building and bolted that end through the outside.
But then the bolt would be on the outside of the wall.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Are you buying that?
The level says it's right. It looks good, yeah. Yeah, I like it. So. I just need to mark it out. Okay. We got that marked out. You can't really see the line, but it's pretty wide. What are we doing now?
Go from that corner right there, hold it on that.
All right.
That is 103/4. Now let's go from this bottom line, 100. So it's like 3/4 out of square.
Which it's just because I favored the mortar joint instead of the actual measurement.
Okay. But I mean, you're within 3/4 of an inch of perfect square, so
Okay.
it should be fine. It's not like we're fitting a door in there; it's just an opening.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, cool. Now comes the point of no return. So we've got our special masonry blade we're gonna have to put on this guy. And I was watching with an eagle eye when Alex was here, and we're gonna follow that line with a masonry blade on a grinder to basically make a track that we can then use this. So that first pass will just give us like a 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch deep cut all the way around, and it'll help to guide that blade. Are we really gonna do this?
This was your idea. I'm totally neutral on this one. Plus, it's not my building you're sawing a hole in.
That's true. And it's one of the first, or one of the only times that I'll be wearing this much protection stuff, I guess.
So you're saying don't get used to seeing you like that?
My relationship with safety equipment is evolving. So,
I would have said limited at best.
limited at best. You're not messing around. No? This is where we do the obligatory Darth Vader impressions.
I
I am your father.
And now it's time for that apology. You might remember not long ago we had an incredible volunteer day. We cleared out an entire wing of the ground floor. Felt like breathing life into a place that hadn't exhaled in like 50 years. After that, we power washed the floor, washing away 5 decades of settled dust and grit. And then the comments started rolling in. A lot of folks worried we just waterlogged a bunch of the old plywood and that by morning it'd be buckled and bowed like a shipwreck. But I had a bit of inside information and I knew different. See, there were these spots in the building that sat under a leaky roof for decades, and the floors had held up just fine. Was it ideal? No. But I knew 1 or 2 washings wasn't going to bring them down. And now for the apology. I think I posted some confusing content. Some folks thought that all of the floors on the ground floor were concrete. And honestly, looking at them, you can see why. Truth is, this one area of the ground floor is plywood. Someone, back when permitting was like a handshake and a smile, tried to turn this wing into a livable space. And for the record, the plywood's still in pretty excellent shape. Here's an overview of the ground floor, and these areas in red are the areas that are not concrete. Everything else is completely concrete. It's got good bones, just needed a little help finding the light again. Now, when I started this, like a lot of things in this building, I didn't really know what I was doing. I mean, yeah, this is the right tool, but I wasn't exactly brimming with confidence. Mostly I just hoped I wouldn't screw up too bad. Still, there's something to be said for just starting. That's kind of been the whole project in a nutshell here. Show up, take the first cut, and figure it out from there. Cutting through a brick wall isn't quick. It's heavy, loud, stubborn work. You don't glide through it. You fight for it every inch. And most of the time, you're not totally sure if you're doing it right. But you do it anyway. Because waiting around to be ready would mean never starting at all. And if I didn't get started, I'd probably still be standing there looking at the wall. Eventually, the cut goes through, the dust settles, and there's a new opening where there used to be a dead end. And honestly, that's kind of how this whole building feels. You just gotta keep cutting. And it's teaching me a lot along the way.
Oh, Alex made it look so easy when he cut that one. He had a gas-powered brick saw that cut a lot better, I think.
Let me go outside here. And it's flipping the breaker every few minutes. Yeah, not fun work, not fun at all. Well, we hope to accomplish this project in one video, but we're not as fast as Alex. So,
Nor is qualified for that matter.
nor is qualified. We definitely got a good start.
Yeah, so far we haven't shamed ourselves too bad.
Not yet.
But there's still time.
Yeah, there's plenty of time. That comes right at the very end.
Yeah.
Okay, so Alex did this door over here, both layers of brick, and did the purlins and everything in 4 to 5 hours, probably closer to 4 hours. We got our cut and only one layer of brick out, and we're at about 5 hours. Look at this beautiful bronze golden suntan that I've got. That's a new invention. I could sell it. It's actually brick dust though. The great and powerful Oz will not see you. Go away.
Hey, I just had a thought.
Yeah.
Do you think you could order me one of those tall director's chairs? I mean, I'm old. Shouldn't I just be able to sit in the director's chair and just kind of point at stuff? And
Yeah, you should be able to, but that's not what's going to happen. No,
I was afraid you were going to say that.
Well, did you see that Pup is throwing out those bar stools over there? We can get you one of those.
So what you're saying is we're going to set up a bar?
Yeah, you'd be right at home in a bar stool, Bob.
Oh, wouldn't I though? Yeah, never been drunk in my life.
You've never been drunk in your life?
No. Nope. I'm a very boring person, you know.
Oh, okay. Okay, so we went with a different strategy. We're just going to measure over from the hole, there to there, and hopefully the blade will pop out at the right place. And the same thing. I mean, that's what measurement's for, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the idea.
So we'll do that, and then I'll get the level, we'll draw the line, and I'll make the cut, and then we can start. From what I noticed last time when we did the other door, this one you could almost just knock out in a gigantic chunk, and it goes super quick. So it's going to go so fast with no problems. All right, I know it's not very visible, but in theory, we've got it, this one drawn out. So it's the last cut. Okay, this is not fun. The amount of dust that's putting out is just out of this world. You can barely see the line when you're cutting. I'm gonna get this mask off. Okay, so we made our cut, and it's time to get the hammer drill out and see what the result is. Oh, cold air.
Wait a minute, turn back around.
Michael Jackson.
That's probably all we're gonna get, but okay. You do look significantly better.
All right, Midwest Brick Doctor, I know this is gonna make you cringe, but it will give us a little head start so we can actually get into it, because it's all mortared together. We need some space. I'd be afraid that whole wall will fall down on you, but. Well, as it turns out, the sledgehammer takes more calories than we hoped. So, back to the chisel.
More calories.
Oh, yeah.
Here's Johnny.
I was gonna say give it a kick, but I don't know if you can kick that high.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Oh, it budged. Maybe we kick it together. Oh, it'll go your way.
Should I let it go?
Yeah, watch out, I'll kick it.
Here, wait a minute. Let me move the cord.
Alrighty. Woo! That's a bummer. So Bob laid this lintel in. We just wanted to make sure that the bricks could sit flush, and it looks like they are. So all we got to do is lay them in. I got to mix up that mortar, and we're going to town. But we got a little bit of separation right there. We're gonna have to. We're trying to decide whether we want to just break that out and relay it, or what we want to do with that. But all things considered, that's just a small detail. That's a lot just for a little bit of. This isn't very easy. It's an art form in itself. That's good. Sorry about all the brick dust, guys. I'm covered in it. If you've been around the channel for any amount of time, you know that I'm willing to try anything, and I prefer to do stuff myself or with friends if I can. And more often than not, it turns out to be a failure. But I don't hide that. I just upload it and share it with you guys, because what point is there in pretending? But I'm gonna try to lay some brick today. We'll see how it goes. So this thing is not a professional one, but the building did provide it. So we're gonna see if we can.
It's far from a professional.
Far from professional, but it'll work, right? Yeah. Okay, so we're dunking the bricks to make them wet so the mortar sticks a little better, because they're covered in sawdust or brick dust. So. We had to stop for a second, so it's not quite the final result. We left that track right there because there's some separation. Before we push that up into place more in the new bricks, we just want to let this all this stuff harden. And when it's all set and cured, then we'll lay in that last track right there. So Bob had a clever little idea. So that was kind of separating a little bit because it's unsupported under here. And we found a brick. What are these tools called?
I don't know. They're just some type of an inflator that.
So you can get like keys. You stick them in
Open
your
car
doors so you can
doors.
open car doors with them.
Yeah, but they're made for like furniture and all kinds of stuff to
Okay.
lift it up.
Well, we put that under there and a brick and just pumped the heck out of it, and all of the bricks went back into their place. So we're gonna lay this row here and then go back to grind out and tuck point up there where the problem was. So that's a full solution for us. That's a pretty clever little idea you had there, Bob.
I try.
You try?
Every once in a while, you know.
Yeah.
I come up with something. It's usually wrong, but I try.
Woo! Right leg.
You know what I figured out?
So Bob had so much momentum working on the door that we decided just to keep going. And we're filling in this little gap where the old air conditioner was. I look like I don't know what I look like a clown. Look at all that red brick dust. Making my face puffy. But that was a really hard day of work, and I think super successful. So on the next video or in a future video, I'll show you the result there. But awesome day. So talk to you guys soon. Bye.